Hello and welcome to St Michael's Hill. This is going to be the December update from the channel. It's been a bit of a quiet month in many ways, whilst I've been learning a lot and doing a bit more planning for the layout. I have made a bit more progress with that, but nothing that is really kind of worth showing at this stage. But there has been a fair bit going on in terms of learning about computer control, getting a few more bits and pieces in. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. I'm going to give you an update on the channel moving forward, so what to expect in 2020. There will be a bit of a change to that, to be honest, and I'll explain why and my thoughts behind that. I'll run you through what I was lucky enough to get for Christmas, and also probably give you some kind of extended running shots as well as that. The other thing I will kind of talk about is a couple of items that have left the fleet in the last month, and again I'll talk to you about why those have had to go despite being wonderful models. So sit back, grab a cup of tea or something, and hope you enjoy the update. So this month I've been making my first steps into computer control, which is going to be how the new layout will be run. Very much at the basic stages now, but as you can see, I'm running locos on the old layout using computer control via the iTrain system. I'm basically controlling this loco now, or any of the locos from the fleet across this layout. We're definitely not at the stage yet where it's automated. There's going to be no automation on this layout whatsoever, but just kind of testing out the computer control element. But as you can see, it's a fairly nice way of doing things, to be honest. And I did do another video on this during the month, so again, if you are interested, you can find out more in that video. I certainly would be recommending you check that out if computer control or automation are anything that interests you. I'm very excited about the prospect of doing it and the control and the playability that it's going to allow me to have, so very, very excited about that. All the shots that you, or pretty much all the shots that you're going to see in this video in terms of running have all been done using this system. Whilst it can be a little bit tricky to kind of get your head around, if you take things slow, you can certainly get things up and running like this fairly easily, although it has to be said that I have had a fair bit of help to do that. I'd like to thank again James from DCC Train Automation, and also James at Tony Dock Station, both of which have been on the phone helping me out. So massive thank you to both of you guys for that. Over the next year, you're certainly going to see a lot more of this sort of stuff. The new layout as it comes together will be not only controlled in this way, but will be fully automated, as I've said a few times. So there'll be a lot more kind of in-depth around what's possible, and hopefully I'll be able to show you how much fun it is, rather than being something that's going to take the fun out of railway modelling. So like I said at the beginning of the video, there's going to be some changes to the channel in 2020, and I'd just like to explain a little bit about my kind of thoughts behind that. The biggest change is that there may not be content every Saturday, as there has been for pretty much the life of the channel, and there's a simple reason behind that. So at the beginning of this year, 2019, I basically set myself a challenge, and that was to put a video up every single Saturday for the year, and this video is the last of those videos. Whilst I intend very much to keep bringing you content on a regular basis, and it probably will end up being most weeks, there may be weeks where there isn't content, and whilst I know I don't particularly owe anyone anything, and I do this because I want to do it and because I enjoy doing it, there will be some people who expect a video every week, and I'm just saying that maybe there won't be some, well, there won't be some every week. So that's kind of the reason behind it. It's a simple case of I set myself a bit of a challenge, and part of that was just to see if I could achieve it. Part of that was just to keep the modelling mojo going, even when maybe it was a bit tough. But I think I'm kind of at a point now with certainly with the new layout, I'm very excited about working on that, and there's not really the need for kind of that motivation to kind of do that, and so I'll kind of be doing a lot of modelling, but there might be some gaps between videos whilst I kind of put together baseboards and some bigger projects and things like that. Ultimately, laying track is maybe a video, but it probably will take a lot longer than a week to get everything down. So basically that's just what to expect. I do still expect to be bringing you videos fairly regularly. If you like the train spotting videos, they'll still be as and when I get time to do them. So hopefully the content will kind of be regular for anyone that enjoys it, but I'm not going to be holding myself to such a strict routine. And that's basically just because the challenge for me is over and I've completed it. So that's basically what I wanted to say. So there may or may not be a video next Saturday. We'll have to wait and see. Another thing that I did in December was this Lima Class 31, giving it kind of a full detailing and weathering. Very, very pleased with this project and how it turned out. And if you want to see a little bit more about this loco and how it got into this state, then I've done a video on it that I put up earlier in the month that I will link to in the iBox now. I think it's a good little video, and it shows basically what you can do with older stock. And I'm very, very happy with the results, to be honest. So it's almost done. It needs a bit of a work on the motor, to be honest. So I'll probably end up remotoring it and putting a DCC chip in, and hopefully you'll be seeing it on the new layout as it's pulling kind of either some passenger stock Mark 1 or Mark 2 coaches, or potentially a freight working something along the line of an engineer's train or something similar. These locos were pretty flexible in terms of what they worked on, especially in the kind of mid to late 90s. So hopefully you'll see this on the new layout, but if you're interested in it, check out the video on the I button now. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that there was some rolling stock that has left the layout in the last month. A few of those bits have just been kind of fairly standard things that I just didn't need anymore, some old Lima stock and things like that. But there is something that I wasn't massively keen to get rid of, but I decided it was probably the best thing to do, and that is the Class 122 bubble car in Regional Railways livery that you may have seen. I'll try and put a running shot in now. So this basically left for a couple of reasons. One, I'm trying to kind of build up a bit of cash to pay for some of the layout, and also a few new bits that are coming in, the Hatton's Class 66 for one. So that's definitely a part of the reason I was going to kind of get rid of that, to raise a bit of money. But if you watch the very first video of the new layout series, you'll remember me saying that the era of the new layout is going to be between 95 and 2005 in South Wales, and that if anything didn't fit within that, I wouldn't be running it, and the Class 122 in the livery that it was in just wasn't ever going to fit. So I basically made the decision to kind of get rid of it for that reason as well. So I was sad to see it go. It was a lovely model, got a price I was very happy with, but and I'll put that towards new stock. So it's kind of how it has to run. I think I don't have the budget to be, you know, just stockpiling everything. I think I'm gonna need to sell things to buy new things, and that's just the way it is. So no regrets, but it was a lovely unit, and I was a bit sad to see it go. So this Christmas, I was lucky enough to get a few items for the model railway. I'm going to quickly run you through what those are and how I probably going to end up using them on the layout. The first thing that I got for Christmas was the Intercity Swallow coach that you see in front of me. This is a Hornby Mark II F BSO. I'm going to be using this either in a cross-country rake or a relief rake, probably be hauled by a class 47, and it goes fairly nicely with some of the other Mark II Fs and Mark II Es that I have in the same livery. So this will be a nice addition, and certainly will be seen running on the new layout as part of the passenger rake of a loco haul train. I'm not going to do a review or anything on it. If you want to see a review of a very similar coach, I've already done one of those. So again, I will include that in the I button. So if you're interested, check that out. But very nice, and I'm very glad to have got the coach. Next thing that I'm lucky enough to have been given is this DR 4018 from DigiKeys, which is going to basically form part of the control system for the layout. It's basically a multi-switching decoder that will enable me to kind of control lights, points, signals, and all that sort of stuff. So there'll be quite a few of these that end up on the new layout, so it's nice to get one, and I can kind of have a play with that within the iTrain system that I've spoken about earlier in this video. So you'll see this come back in the future when it comes to wiring all the layout up, but it's very nice to receive it. Next thing is these Pico AWS ramps. These will make up the part of the track work on the new layout, so it's good to have these in. I'll obviously get them all painted up, and then once the track's laid, they'll be weathered alongside the track. I will also need to pick up some bi-directional versions that I believe that are available from Simon Paley's shop in a 3D printed form, so I will pick those up at some point. I also received the 20-foot shipping container site offices from Scale Model Scenery. This is a kit that I've been really impressed with on other layouts, and something I've been wanting to get hold of for a while, so I'm really glad to kind of have that on or with me. I'm going to put that together at some point, and it will certainly make up part of the depot area on the new layout. Very, very pleased to kind of have this one. Look forward to building it, and also to kind of getting it painted up and displayed on the new layout at some point. So yeah, very, very happy with that. Scale Model Scenery stuff is all good, so I've got no worries about this being great. But yeah, I do have an affiliate link for Scale Model Scenery, so if you are interested in any of the stuff that you see in this video from them, and use the link below, and I'll get a little bit of money from that. But I would gladly recommend this product and all their products really without that, so don't feel the need to use that link, but certainly support Scale Model Scenery. I think what they're doing for the model railway community is absolutely amazing, so their products are great. Get involved if you haven't, you won't be disappointed. I also received 3 of the smaller kits that they do that are going to make up some of the detailing on the depot that you can see behind you. So the cardboard boxes that I probably will end up putting, or most of them, on the shelving that you may have seen me built in the last few months. The salt grit bins will be placed around the kind of edge of the depot building for sure, and the gas bottle cages again will be stored or used to store bottles and things inside of the depot. So all 3 kits I'll be able to kind of use to create the depot detailing. I will have a video at some point on all the detailing that's going to go on there. Still got lots to do, like adding lights, guttering, all sorts of things. So at some point I will put together a video focused very much on the depot and detailing it. Speaking of Scale Model Scenery, I was also part of the Network Model Rail Secret Santa this year, and I was lucky enough to receive this as my gift. So thank you to whoever was responsible for that, if you are watching this. Really, really great kind of kit, and again will be perfect for my new layout. Various kind of track detailing will be picked up from Scale Model Scenery, so this will certainly be used. There's quite a few kits in here, so I think we've got 10 of the rectangular ones and yet 2 of the circular ones, so really they do get a lot of stuff in here, and I'm very, very pleased with that as a gift, so thank you very much. It was a lot of fun to be involved in. It was a great little challenge really to get something for less than £5. I can't help but think that Justin at Scale Model Scenery probably did very well out of it. Lots of people I've seen have given and received his kits as their present, so yeah, really, really good to be involved in, and thank you to whoever sent me this. This month I also had a bit of a disaster with an airbrush. I was changing or trying to do a repaint of a track cleaning wagon into EWS livery, and whilst this side kind of looks okay for a first coat, the other side went horrendously wrong. The paint mix just really wasn't what it should have been, and I kind of realised too late, went on a bit too heavy with it. So I'm going to see if I can salvage it in January. It might make a nice video just to see really if I can kind of do that, or whether it needs to be kind of stripped and started again. I'm hoping that I can save it, as it's going to be something that's going to be pretty heavily weathered. So hopefully maybe some of these kind of effects are going to help me turn a disaster into something that's quite passable. You might be able to see there's the line there with masking tape which has the EWS gold underneath. I'm quite pleased with how that went on, so hopefully I don't need to kind of scrap it completely. If anyone out there knows kind of any ways to kind of maybe remove some of the very heavy kind of miscolouring or mispainting there, or blend that into weathering, maybe let me know in the comments below. It's flat to the touch, although obviously that's where the paint has kind of run. So yeah, let me know. But yeah, I thought I'd share something that didn't go particularly well this month. So that's pretty much it for the December update. Thank you very much for joining me today. I may or may not see you next week, but one thing I will be keeping up, I didn't really mention it earlier, but I will keep up a monthly update on the last Saturday of every month. So you know, that'll be the very kind of minimum you can expect from me, but hopefully I'll still be doing kind of between, you know, 2 and 5 videos a month anyway. So yeah, keep kind of checked in. I will keep releasing the modelling videos every Saturday morning, so any that will come will be coming at the usual time of 10 AM on a Saturday morning. So stay tuned, and hopefully I will see you very soon, but at the very latest it will be the last Saturday of January. I'm going to leave you with some extended running shots now. I've been down playing with the layout a fair bit, so there's quite a few bits of running shots that hopefully you'll enjoy. Thanks very much, and I'll see you again soon on St Michael's Hill. Goodbye.